All right, for those already here on the stream, I'll be hopping on here in about 1 to 2 minutes. So stay with me. I'll be here again in just a couple minutes. All right, well, it looks like we might only be on CTV and YouTube this evening. Going to have to work out some things with Facebook here. But good evening and thank you for joining me. I am meteorologist Jake Lambright. Talking about that 7-day forecast there just a little too early. But we'll go ahead and switch over real quick to what's going on right now across the board. And then, of course, talk a little bit more about that forecast coming up here in just a couple minutes. Pretty quiet night there in Marksville, of course. Not much rain on the radar right now, just a lot of noise. With that said, that will likely change as we go through the next couple of hours. It has been a pretty rainy day out there today, especially this morning. The afternoon wasn't so bad at all, just a lot of cloud cover. You'll see over the last 24 hours, a couple spots, especially there, portions of Grant, LaSalle, Wynn Parish, picking up around 5 inches of rain, mainly this morning. We also had some estimates there of about 4 to 5 inches in Sabine Parish, 2 to 3 inches in Northern Rapides Parish, and then right there along that Natchitoches Rapides Parish line, roughly 3 inches of rain have fallen in the last 24 hours or so. Today's high temperatures, though, looked amazing. We had highs today in the 80s, a big change from those low 90s yesterday, and we're in the 80s for at least a few more days. With that said, the rain chances haven't completely gone away, but things are looking a little bit more optimistic as we head into the holiday weekend. You'll see rain chances down to about 30% Saturday and Monday, 20% on Sunday. And then we see those continue to get lower and lower the further into next week that we head. The good news is no severe threat tonight with any of the isolated storms. The flood risk, as I kind of alluded to at the 6 p.m., got downgraded, thankfully, to a marginal risk. There's a look at tomorrow's flood risk as well. Still at a marginal risk, so level 1 out of 4. Localized flooding, not impossible, but also not looking too likely as of now. Here's why. You'll see feature cast there showing after midnight tonight, we see some of those isolated storms starting to develop once again across portions of central Louisiana. It is hinting at more of that storm activity staying on the Texas side, but of course it's right there. So we could see a couple more storms the Louisiana side of the border very easily. Of course, model data isn't going to be perfect, and storms aren't going to avoid one side of the border versus the other. With that said, that will continue into tomorrow morning. There's a snapshot of things around 6 to 7 a.m. These are very isolated storms, very hit and miss in nature. You'll see by mid-morning, though, we continue to see those scattered storms, but the afternoon not looking too bad. With that said, we're not completely done with the rain just yet. The chance for rain does return once again as we head into Sunday. This Futurecast run is kind of backed off on rain. I still think we have about a 20 to 30% chance to see a couple showers on Sunday, mainly during the morning hours, but some of those could carry over into the afternoon as well. As far as tomorrow's severe weather threat goes, right now we are not highlighted in any kind of severe weather risk whatsoever, which is great news. When it comes to the rainfall forecast, could see amounts between 1/4 of an inch to an inch for those that see rain. Keep in mind, these storms are going to be very isolated to scattered at best. Some will walk away over the next few days without seeing a drop of rain whatsoever. So do want to point that out. But with that said, for those that do, expect anywhere from 1/4 of an inch of rain, so about 1 inch, maybe some locally higher amounts possible. We already took a look there at Marksville, so let's go to look at those current temperatures right now. Looking pretty nice out there. We've got some mid-70s out there, 76 in Alexandria, 74 out in Leesville and Natchitoches. Also looking at 77 as you head out toward Oakdale. As we go through the rest of the night tonight, I mean, things are really looking very nice. We'll be back in the low 70s. Of course, the humidity is very noticeable out there, kind of that air you can wear. And we like to make that joke a lot, but it certainly feels like that out there. The cooler temperatures have made a slight difference, but the humidity, unfortunately, we have not made much progress on that front. With that said, tomorrow, expect more isolated storms, about a 30% chance of rain in the forecast. And again, the better chance for that rain is going to be the first half of the day. However, we could see a few lingering storms into the afternoon and evening as well. Highs tomorrow still in the 80s. Things really not looking too bad when it comes to temperatures across the region, even heading through the rest of the holiday weekend. I'm going to pull up your 7-day temperature trend here, your high temperature trend. You'll notice we stay in the mid 80s through Tuesday, back into the upper 80s to low 90s by Wednesday, but the return to the upper 80s and low 90s is very brief. Another cold front is expected as we head into next Friday. That'll bring us back down likely into the mid 80s. It will be another pretty substantial, at least for this time of the year, substantial plunge there of some cooler air. Certainly can't complain there. It will certainly feel nice out there. Here's a look at your 7-day low temperature trend. You'll see we're really keeping it in the upper 60s to low 70s for the most part, but as that front approaches toward the end of next week, we could see those morning lows back into the mid 60s on Thursday and Friday morning. All right, we'll take a closer look at your 7 and 10-day forecast, dive into the details coming up right after this. I'll be back right here in 1 minute. All right, here's a look at your first alert 7-day forecast. Again, things get a little bit drier as we head toward the beginning of next week, and we keep those drier conditions around heading through the end of next week as well. Your 10-day forecast here showing mostly sunny skies. The temperatures potentially staying in the 80s through next weekend, again, following that cold front moving through as we head into late Thursday and early Friday. Of course, again, keep that umbrella handy. The rain chances will remain very isolated to scattered at best through the holiday weekend. And after that, things, again, looking a lot drier. All right, that's going to do it for me here on the live stream this evening. You can tune in tonight at 10 over on NBC for my weather update there. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. Y'all have a great weekend.